welcome to Bad Wolf Girl Sits Knits episode 100. Crazy. I cannot believe that it has been 100 episodes. I cannot believe that it's been, God, I think I'm going on 3 years. So much has happened. I'm so happy to have all of you with me. If you are a new viewer, welcome to the crazy, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. You know what you're in store for. Just a little bit of admin going on. I am hosting a cal right now. It is the Harry Potter sweater that I just released, Hogwarts A History Cal. I have been checking in on the thread there. I have been reading all the posts and responding here and there. I've been liking or agreeing or love or whatever. I can hit the little buttons. So if you have at least one, it's probably me. But yes, so I am absolutely loving your color choices and your chart choices and everything. Very excitingly, I have a couple local yarn stores, which I'm extremely, and I know it, extremely lucky to have. But one of them, it's a little bit further out now, but Knit Locally, we were just there with Gabby and her trunk show. They're having a little Harry Potter cast-on party, and we're doing Hogwarts themed snacks, and we're gonna have coloring pages to do our transfiguration worksheets. I cannot wait. I am like losing my mind with excitement. So thank you to everyone at Knit Locally who has been so kind and so welcoming. I really just can't thank you enough. But yes, so that'll be happening on the 24th, I believe, of April. So I'm so excited. Ooh. Yes, but yeah, so the sweater pattern is out now. If you look up Hogwarts A History on Ravelry, you should find it. I am also wearing another one of my makes, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, so that knit along is going on right now. 100 subscribers. I decided that I should 100th episode, 4,000 subscribers, something like that. You guys are amazing. But yeah, so I want to do giveaways. If you comment down below with anything, you don't need to use the word giveaway. You can comment on something you like from the podcast, or something nice that happened to you this week, or a new favorite yarn that you just discovered. Yeah, just tell me something nice. It doesn't have to be about me, just something nice in general in the world, please. And comment that down below, and I'm going to be randomly drawing 10 winners to choose a pattern from my store. If you have everything, or you don't want anything, I've got a couple other patterns that are coming out, so if you want to hold, that's fine. I did have a winner hold her Christmas winning until I released Hogwarts A History, and she did receive that. Thank you for reminding me. I'm so sorry. That took way too long. But yeah, so if you want to do something like that, let me know. I am drinking coffee this morning. It is my Bones Coffee Company, and I am drinking the, not red velvet, chocolate raspberry. It is my absolute favorite. And I had trouble choosing a mug this morning, and then it occurred to me there was only one mug I could use. I'll give you a second. Do you know what one it is? Yeah, it's the slogan. I have to. So, reminding everybody to take it one cup at a time, especially when things are quite overwhelming. When I started the podcast, I was moving, switching jobs, and getting married. It was a lot, and this mug, I found it at the Delaware rest stop, and it just spoke to me, It was just everything I needed to hear at the moment, because I was very overwhelmed. But yes, so things have turned out quite for the better. I am happily going on 3 years of marriage, 7 years dating, together. And I have a pretty good yarn business. I have a brand new pattern business. I have a lot of new knitting friends. I'm lucky, and I know it, so lots of good stuff. I just want to send all of my love out to you guys through this episode, and for every bit that you have been hanging in there for the last 3 years. It'll be 3 years in October, but let's call it 3 years. 2.5 years. Next up, I just wanted to mention, this was an FO a little bit ago. It is my Merlot socks. Right here, this is White Dog Fiber Co. And I will try to link the shop just down below here. I know a couple people had trouble finding it. I find when you're searching on Etsy, if you're looking for a shop, don't put in spaces. You won't find it. Just all one word is a really good start. So if I was looking up nomadic yarns, I would write nomadic yarns with no space. So White Dog Fiber Co., no spaces. Just try it that way. Because I find things better that way. Like By the Bay Yarn Co., or all one word. But yeah, so this is the Merlot colorway that she had so kindly gifted me. I held it with Warm and Cozy from Once Upon a Corgi. But it would obviously be good all just with one skein, or it would look really nice with some seafoam, some gold, some mauve, anything. These are really, really, really beautiful colors, and I have thoroughly enjoyed working with it. But yeah, so I'm mentioning this again because there is now a coupon code. I'm gonna look over here for a second. So she says, congrats on your sweater publication. I'll show you it's my iPad. Congrats. She's loving working on hers. She's one of my testers. And she wanted to give the podcast viewers a coupon code since some asked when she will be getting Merlot, which is this guy, back in stock. Oh boy. She's dyeing 10 skeins, and I said that I would love to give them the coupon code. I would love to share that information. So very excitingly, the code is BADWOLFGIRL. All one word. She has it in capital letters, so I'd try that first. All one word, BADWOLFGIRL. 10 skeins are going in, and that will give you a percentage off. I can't remember the percentage off the top, but hey, I mean, it's better than nothing, right? And if you're gonna buy it anyway, might as well get a little break on it. So this is the Merlot colorway, White Dog Fiber Co. I really, really, really enjoyed this. I cast it on the night that I opened it, and it is now one of my 7 pairs of socks that I'm making in my personal box of socks. My personal box of socks is different than Kristen's box of socks because hers has rules and mine doesn't. Mine is fill a box, the end. It doesn't matter if they're cranked, if you knit them, if they, have been on the needles for 3 years, they're socks, the end. That's my rule for this year because I have joyously participated in Kristen's knit along for several years, and the first year I didn't understand the rules properly. The second year I did, and I think this is the 3rd time I did it so 2 years I did really well. The first year I did it, I was ridiculous, and this, the 4th year, I'm making up my own rules, and I'm sure she'll forgive me for that. Anyway, so I want to move right along into finished objects. So I am wearing 2 finished objects. The one up top here is my Shu Sui Shrug, and I love just like walking around the house like this. Like, it's just so comfy. It comes with little sleeves. I had done a Shu Shui along when everyone was like, hey, I want to make one, and only a few of my daring participants have finished this. Kay was the next up. It was mine, and then Kay from Crazy Sock Lady also finished hers, and she will agree with me, it's massively cozy and it keeps it on your shoulders better, especially if you like give yourself a little bit of a collar, so to speak, if you like pull it up here. It is a Sosu Knits design, and I did a whole lot more work than you have to. Really, it's choose 2 colors and brioche them, but I chose like 5 front colors and 5 back colors, and then I ended up, I think, with 3 and 4 or something like that, but very worth it. I will stand briefly so you can kind of see, and it goes down, 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 and I edged it with some Dragon Horde yarn in the My Island. It's like a Moana reference, but it's really, really pretty, and I just look like a butterfly, and I love it. But since I'm standing a bit, this is my finished sea glass. Ta-da! And I'm gonna turn so you can see the back. It has kind of like a racer back here, and it's a little chilly in my yarn room, so I have my shoes on for warmth and comfort. It goes down like so, and then it finishes in lace, and you can kind of see the lace. Yeah, see, lace. And this was made with 2 skeins of hedgehog fibers in the eel colorway. I'm gonna put this back on because I am still a bit chilly. It dropped. It's been 70 like every day this week, and all of a sudden it's like 40 to 63, which is fine, totally fine. But I was like all prepared for my hot weather, and then suddenly it like right down. I'm like, oh, all right. But yeah, so it has a little bit of shaping that goes into here. I've added extra rows in the new one, and I am gonna go back and formally edit the pattern, but the size that I knit, it ends with 271 in the pattern. It's actually 270 is divisible by the bottom, by the lace. So that if you run into that too, that's my bad. I will be editing that out. But yes, so if you already bought the pattern, I think 46 people did. Guys, thank you. I also have it with sleeves now, so you can do cap sleeves, and you can do the pumpkin chart across, or several charts across, and yeah, so all very exciting. But yeah. So this is my sea glass racerback. That's the formal name on Ravelry. I keep forgetting. I just keep calling it the sea glass top, but if you Google that, that's not what comes up. It's sea glass racerback. So you can find all of my patterns right down here in the doodly-doo below, right? Is that how we say that? And, oh, another one, because I figured episode 100 needed a couple of finished objects. So I finally finished my hat. I should have made it like 2 inches longer, I think. I could have used a bit more slouch. So here's the specs, a US 1. Okay, so I used a US 2, not a US 3. I think 1, I could have gone up to a US 3 for the body, and 2, I could have done it another inch or so longer, because you can see it's more of a beanie with a tiny bit of slouch, but I kind of want just a little bit more slouch. I'm very pleased. This did exactly what I wanted it to. It tones down that crazy yarn. I do have a tiny ball of what it looks like without the mohair, so you can see all those bright colors. And you can see the difference. It's just... oil slick is a good way I'm thinking of it, like an oil slick where it's like kind of iridescent. This would make a beautiful, what's that pullover? The fuzzy one. Not a flax, that's the wrong word. The fuzzy sweater, that thing. I can't think, no frills, that, I knew it was an F. No frills sweater. This would make like a gorgeous combination, because it just takes that like absurd yarn and turns it into something really stunning. But yeah, so once again, I used Knit Picks black mohair. I've topped it with an Amazon pom-pom. I gotta pick up some more fun pom-poms. I like the ones that are big, that are fluffy, and I like, you know, the extra color that I'm getting from this. It took a while to pick a pom-pom, but I'm pretty pleased with the one I've chosen for it. And if it's too much, so to speak, I might end up doing like gray or black, but I didn't enjoy any of the ones that I had at home. So yes, there's the hat. It is finally done. Yeah, you can see all the color below it, but as you back up, look how just subtle that is. I mean, I know, right? Oh, right, and a tiny bit of a costume change just to continue on with this quickly. I have finished my second Snow Miser sock. This is a kit that I offer during the Christmas and Christmas in July month. So this is Snow Miser. I had a finished one 2 weeks ago, and simply the same. It looks like such a short foot, but it's because this was cranked, so it's a little bit looser than the gauge that I would do. So what I do is I put in the heel a little early so that I make that sock like stretch for the full foot, and then I just pull it all the way up the leg. They're a little bit longer too than I typically would do, but again, since they're a slightly larger gauge, they can handle my dancer calves, as I call them. But yeah, so I now have another finished object. This is my 7th finished pair of socks, not including any that I've made for my husband. Which, woo! Socks for husband! I have done quite a bit of socks for husband, so I'm quite proud of myself. And yeah, so another finished object. Very exciting. And I'm gonna put that, I'm gonna put it over here. Now, okay, so I have finished the body of my Halloween sweater. I'm probably gonna take the sleeves down to here and then like ribbing for that much. Again, it's all just black now, so it's so hard to see at night, and it's not very interesting to look at, so to speak, but it is very, very wearable. I have built in a nice bit of ease, as you can see, into the body of this, and it is already so cozy. I did another folded brim 96 stitch cast on, I believe is the size I did, and you can see again it's a little bit tight up here on the neck, but I'm getting better with that already. And what I kind of do is I just shift it. Again, I have written in a tiny bit of short rows into the Hogwarts, which will also apply to the Halloween. So, yeah, we're working on a name for this. I got a lot of nice suggestions, such as like Halloween Feast, because it's kind of a buffet style. You can choose your own options. I got a Sleepy Hollow type of thing. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that's all in here. But yeah, so I am working on more charts for this. You've seen it a lot already, but I like keeping you abreast of the situation, you know. But I need some sleeves. I'm so tempted to make it short sleeves, but I know that won't be what I need in October. Well, October can be here or there. You're right. You're not wrong. But I know I'm mentally going to want the 3/4, so I just got to sit through it. But in the meantime, I wanted to show off how the body fits. I had a little bit of a worry when I cast on for the underarms that since I don't typically do color work here, that it was going to be too tight on the bust. So there was a lot of like choosing sizes where I knew if I cast on the smallest amount of stitches that it might not be enough ease in the bust, so I kind of took my size, the 96, all the way to here, and then I hopped the next size up for the cast on the bust so that the numbers would still work, and then simply increased to my preferred number at the hips, which is anywhere in between 270 and 288. Those are just like, that's my sweet spot for a lot of ease without it looking like a potato sack type of thing. But again, I've got my other one under this, but I'll stand up so you can see it will be a little bit longer as it blocks out. And I'm wearing my favorite Oxblood from Target, Walmart. Pretty sure they're Walmart. Yes, so it's coming along really good, and I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna move this back up now. But I honestly just can't wait to block it. I know that the color work will just sit even better. The dark marks could really use that blocking right now, and I'm definitely gonna have to put a color catcher in because I think if the green bleeds, it would go into the white. Or if the purple bleeds, it would go into the white and make all the other colors a little bit weird. So it's going to be ice cold water, color catcher, and a little bit of soak, and I'm going to be kind of watching it. Yeah, and like maybe not a ton, like just enough to soak that bit, because if the black bleeds, and all of these will darken and this won't be as bright. So it's just like, it's a bit of a gamble, but it's gonna be fine. But it definitely it needs the block to make it even more magical. But I am really excited about it. And once I got the ribbing done, that was my, look, it's like an abyss. Once I got the ribbing done, I was like, okay, that's me done. I'm gonna work on something else, and I finished this top. And all of a sudden, like last week, I was like, I need to wear this for Easter. And so I finished it, because like you do. And I also worked on this. It was nice to be finishing things again. The hat, like, it feels good. It feels good to have this stuff off the needles and know that it's really good. And did a little bit of spinning, finished that. I feel very good about what I got done. I don't think I worked on my, excuse me. Oh, this is gonna be so pretty. This is the work this week, so we'll see how far I can get done on this. I don't think I can get the body done, but I will be working on this primarily. I did get a nice bit done last week. Oh, and I don't know if I showed you, but ironically, my monster book has crawled away. My original monster book, it ran away. I don't know where it went. It's hilarious and sad. It's probably in a project bag. It's possibly tucked into a couch, maybe even at my house, because that's the last place I remember it, is taking it off of my slughorn hat and my forager hat. And that's that. That's the last memory I have. So I'm not sure where the monster book ran to, so I begged Lindsay for another one, and being an amazing angel, she made me another one. So there's my little monster book of monsters, and I'm gonna keep a closer eye on this one, because I didn't know that they ran away on their own. Yeah. But I absolutely love it. I am having a ton of fun just staring at it. And I have my little confetti cake roll, which just makes me want to eat cake roll. And yeah, and I'm working this up on a US 5 3.75 millimeter at the moment. This I worked up on a 6, and I would say it probably could have benefited from a 5 just to pull those stitches in ever so slightly. I am quite a loose knitter, and I am gonna need not to wear like a heavy tank top, but something like a light tank, or like a long bra, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, like a long one, to kind of just keep, because I think just regular bras are gonna show through it. That's totally the yarn though. The yarn is thin. It's hedgehog. It's a thinner yarn. Beautiful colors, and that's why I put up with it. I have almost, so close. If I hadn't gotten distracted by other things, possibly. Like if I didn't have the hat on the needles, I probably could have finished this. But I've taken several walks this week. I've done a couple of 5K walks and at least 2.5 miles, 2 to 2.5 miles with the puppy. And we've been enjoying them thoroughly, and going around the neighborhood, and I've been knitting and walking. And so I am almost, you can see the purple. This is how, when I'm walking, I know if I'm too close to the ribbing or not. That's about where the ribbing's gonna start. So I had to knit this much more. And again, if I had even taken this to knit night or done something like that, it would have been okay. I'm noticing something on the foot, and I just need to know what it is. Oh, it's the end. Okay. It's the end. I thought I had a broken stitch. It's my magic knot. We're fine. But yes, this is Once Upon a Corgi in That's No Moon. I got a little, Pat loves Lucky Charms, so I thought a little progress keeper reminded me of that. And then this one is Simply Serving, and it's just so perfect together. It's like even got a little bit of that green. Like they're almost matching. It's insane. And they weren't made together. I'm dying. I love it. So anyway, I have been working on that in my walking bag. And I think after this, while this uploads a bit, I will be walking the puppy again. So now I do have just a few more things. I have a tiny bit of spinning, and I have a new cast on that also leads into Mr. Postman. So yes, spinning, I did a little bit. I added on a couple more nests. I think like when you wind it up and just have a little bit, a couple more nests. And this is wool gatherings. Might be saying that wrong. It's a bit thick and thin. My thinnest is like flossing thin. It's very thin. And I'm thinking that applying it would probably help. I have no idea how to apply things, so that'll be a lot of YouTube videos to learn, but right now it's looking really pretty. I really enjoy these colors, and I did pick up a bit more spinning. I was watching So Perfect Pearls, and she held up this bat, and I was like, take my money, I need it. So I'm in my head, I'm building a shifty sweater. So the colors that I'm purchasing, the colors that I'm working with are all going to go together in a shifty sweater style. So yes, this has been going pretty well. And then in my Ursula bag, Molly Klein Design, hi Molly, yes, I thought it went really, really well with my new cast on. So I have, and I'm just gonna I have two skeins in here. This is Mint from Knit Picks, and this is So Much to Celebrate. And this is Holly, let me get it right, Holly Press Fibers. And I think I have the tag, I do. You can see, like so. And the back. So Much to Celebrate Self-Striping. So I had bought from her for Christmas, and I had talked about it on the podcast, and I really, really, really enjoyed everything about her yarns, and I had seen her stuff. Drew had caked them, who's with Scarlet is her handle. She had cranked them, and I just saw them. I was like, oh my gosh, I was still very much in the Christmas sock mode. So I bought 3 skeins, and that was that. I haven't gotten to work personally with them yet, but I've been really enjoying them. And so I'm sitting here, and I go to my post office or post box, and I pull out this package. I'm like, I don't remember ordering anything. And she surprised me. She has made a colorway based on all the fun stuff that's going on right now. So I got this little card from Megan Gypsy, and she basically said, you know, you've got the move, you've got your puppy turning 1, you've got a lot to celebrate. So I couldn't resist, and I made this colorway. So I caked it up right away. I did take photos, so I'll put them in before I caked it, but oh my word. She said she based it off of the last few projects that I had made, my Zweig, probably my sea glass in there, Gypsy's Mint, because that's like a color that I associate with her, or like the purples and blues. Oh my word, it's so pretty. And honestly, I can tell you who would love this color. Allison, Lofty Lubes. This is all up in her jam as well. It's so beautiful. And so I immediately caked it up, cast on Mint for the toe, and then went to knit night, and I was still finishing this, and I was like, if I'm gonna have something to wear tomorrow, I need to get this done. So I did the last 2 lace repeats and blocked it last night, but because I was working on the top, I didn't get to knit much of the socks. So this morning, as I was waking up a little bit, drinking my coffee, I went ahead and cast on with the actual main color, and I'm thrilled. I'm just, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It looks like so. So you can see my join happens to be on the front at the moment, so I'll just turn it so you can see it better. Look at it. So this is the Mint. This is where the color starts, and there's the second stripe. I am so excited. I'm so excited to work on this. I'm working it up on a US 1, which makes me feel like the smaller the needle I use, the more professional I feel. I don't know why. But I just, oh, it's like a little beard. I'm So excited. And then I'm using the charm, couldn't resist. I'm using the charm from Simply Serving, which is my puppy. She doesn't have the brown head, but it's fine. I've talked about like repainting it and I just never got around to it. So it's not that bad. But she's wearing a little witch's hat. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. So cute. Little puppy. And the colors, oh my gosh, the colors. They're beautiful. So what I've done is I caked off a bit. I want to knit a bird of happiness to commemorate the move and everything. And then we'll be able to put that on our Christmas tree. And every time I look at it, I'll be like, oh, remember that yarn? And she made it for me. And then I had that memory. And it was my 100th episode. Like all of that. And then, everything after that is going to go into my cozy memories so that I can look at it and be like, oh, remember that memory? And then if there's anything left after that, I'll wind a little bit into Trina's ball so that she has the joy with me. And then everything else will go into the socks. And then if there's anything left after that, I'll figure it out. But this is amazing. I am super obsessed. The colors are gorgeous. They are right in my wheelhouse, right up my alley. Just beautiful, stunning, amazing colors. Thank you so much. I sent her, oh, and not to be left out, Gypsy got a gift as well. I will be putting the opening birthday footage at the end of the episode. So if you want to watch Gypsy open presents, fast forward through anything you don't want to watch at the end and just look for her cute little face. She'll probably be the last 2 minutes or so of the episode. But yes, so she got a birthday gift picked out by her puppies. She did destroy it in one day, but she had a blast doing it. She is not a terror, but she is a determined chewer. If there's one loose thread, it's done. It's so done. That's why I've tried to get her, you might hear, I'm trying to get her into bones because they destroy less easily. But all I want to do is knit the sock now, which is great because this has totally pumped up my sock mojo and I'm so ready for it. And then, excuse me, this is another one that I am like so pumped to cast on. Been promising myself for a while, but I am still in that like little bit of an anxious phase where I want to get stuff off of the needles, but I finished a sock, so I got to cast on a sock. I feel no guilt. And I am frogging my Diamond Planet and Easter socks, and I'm putting them into my cozy memories, and I'm gonna have Drew crank tubes instead. So I'll still have them as socks, but I just have so much. I can't do my own test knitting right now. It is not possible. But yes, and I mean I might be making some minis and just knitting like squares so that people can feel the fabric and see the colors at the trunk shows coming up. I've got 2 in June. One will be a week long and it will be at the Lovely Yarns in Hampton, Baltimore, starting on the 8th, and then the other one is going to be on the 15th, and I will yes, they did announce it, so I can say, yes, that's the Knit-toxication, Public Knit-toxication, which is at Fabioli Cellars in Leesburg, Virginia. The gorgeous ladies that were wonderful and were so kind last year have helped the fibrous set up everything again. They're talking about doing tons of fun stuff. Hey, co-host. Sup, girl? What you doing? Did you know it's National Pet Day, where we love our pets? Hey, pet. Hi. Hi. My lipstick today is Maybelline Matte Ink. Oh, don't chew the watch. Maybelline Matte Ink in the Lover colorway. I find it is a perfectly mauvey pink, a little bit of a brown pink, and I am going to be dyeing a yarn inspired by it for May for Mother's Day. Mwah. And I'm thinking it would make a really nice like pavement. Yeah. But yes, so I guess that puts me right into like acquisitions, Mr. Postman type of thing. I had gotten the gorgeous skein, and then I had ordered these, and I want to find butter. There it is. This was Woolfiend Yarn and Fiber. It's like so, and there are stitch markers in there, which is so exciting. They look like the little, like little triangle ones. Yeah, there you go. They're stitch markers. So I'm very excited. I hadn't opened them yet. And then there was another, I got my, my labels in from Knitting I Love, and the labels look like so, but they say 2019. And I like to sew them into my clothes to remind myself what year I made things, which I think is just really handy. And I swore, oh, I did, there it is. So I got my little bag o' tags. And the first thing, I want to put one on that hat. And I ordered them in assortment of colors, and I'm really, really excited. 2019, it just looks so pretty on there. Oh, so cool. But yeah, so like this kind of thing, 2019. And I'm very excited. I'm gonna, got something in my eye. I'm gonna put them on my sweater and on my hat, and there's a little stitch marker in there as well. Thank you, Barbara. I was very excited to get these. This was actually like 2 weeks ago. I have a fuzzy. I don't know how it happened, but I do. I do know how it happened. I shoved my face in a dog, and I've done this. So I did the mostly crinkled off camera. So this is the color. It's Over the Moon by Woolfiend, and it looked like it was going to blend really beautifully. It reminds me of my Galaxy, which I'm very partial to Galaxy. It was my first colorway that did really well, and it basically gave me a shop, it gave me a second business, it gave me a start, and I will forever be grateful for my Hey Sister Yarn Co. girls for loving on that color and spreading the word and making it happen for me. But this Over the Moon, just really, really beautiful. The tag is like so, and I'm very excited. I did order the eel wheel, so I'm thinking that will be my eel wheel play. But yeah, it's just, like, you can see this very, like, cool tones. Like, I look around in front of me right now, and I've got, like, blues and purples and something in my eye. Blues and purples and teals and mints, and it's just, I've definitely stayed with my color palette this week. Like, everything on my desk, I'll just have to like do a pan shot. Everything on my desk. I did excitingly do a thing over the weekend. We went to the mall, and I got a gorgeous dress to go to a wedding on our anniversary in June, our date-iversary. Day we made everything official. Very exciting. It will mark 7 years together. And I bought a chocolate frog from Barnes & Noble, because how could I not? And I got Gilderoy Lockhart, which I can get him to move. There he is. So smarmy. Smarmy bloke, right? So his last thing is, after losing his memory in a series of unfortunate events, he released his final book entitled, Who Am I? I absolutely love it. It's gonna go with my Pops collection back here, and I actually picked up a second one to open here on the podcast to find out, celebrate for our 100th anniversary, who's the next card. If I get another Gilderoy, that would be crazy, because I tried to pick from 2 different boxes. I should have picked from the same box. That probably would have lowered the odds of getting Gilderoy. That was stupid. Alright, so I've made a treat for Gypsy with a cookie, and I bought a treat for me. Here you go, Gyps. Hers is also a cookie. So, you're not gonna believe it. How? How did I get 2? Okay, Lockhart's going in the giveaway then. I can't have 2 of them. hilarious. Oh my word. Yep. I can't believe it. How did I get 2 Lockharts? Ugh, probably because I picked from 2 different boxes. Darn it. Now I gotta go back to Barnes & Noble and try again. But what I did get is a chocolate frog. So cute. It's got like little like patterns on him. Yeah. I'm mad about that. Oh man. Stupid odds. The worst. This is why I don't play the lottery. I don't like losing. And that wraps up everything. Happy 100th episode, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this whole time. Things coming up. Things doing. I have just a couple of weeks until Tristan's here. I have just a couple of weeks until we move. I'm so excited to see her in person again. We got a brief bit together during Maryland Sheep and Wool last year and Needles Up. I totally spaced and missed out on early bird tickets for both Needles Up and the pop-up show, but that's okay. I will be there anyway. I will just be there later. And honestly, I like spent the whole time talking at Needles Up last time. I didn't even get as much shopping done. So there's a little bit of fiber I'm thinking I want to look into. I want to pick up something in a Rolag because I've never spun from a Rolag and I think that this would be interesting to do. So I want to try that. What else? Yeah, that's basically it. If there's a self-striping yarn that I super love, I would definitely get that. And if there were any eel wheel bobbins, if I saw those. I'm pretty sure, I think I did. Yes, I did. I ordered a few on Etsy, different colors and such. So maybe not. I wouldn't need any bobbins. I should be good. But yes, it's just a whole lot of fun going on. Gypsy's birthday is coming up on the 28th. Next week I know I hit 100 and then just stopped. I am going home, so it won't be plausible for me to be podcasting next week. So it'll be this one and nothing that week. I will be probably leaving for Philly on Wednesday or so. And then be there for Easter. Pat and I will drive back. Yeah. And I am going to be closing the shop. I'm thinking I said the 26th of April. I might push it a couple more days, but got a lot going on, need to pack things, and I want to be able to dye your stuff and ship it before I have to pack things. Do you know what I mean? You do. So yes, I guess I will stick with the 26th so that I can use that next week to get all the orders cleared. If you're ordering a sweater kit, thank you so much, but make sure that you tell me what base you want it on. If you don't tell me, I will just default to 75/25 merino nylon. It's the safest bet because I can't say everybody likes sparkle. So the safest bet is 75/25. It has good yardage, it has good wear. But if you don't tell me, that is what I'm going to just end up doing. I have written somebody back and been like, please tell me. So if that's you, please check your email in Ravelry and Etsy. So I know. It'd be great, thank you. But yes, reminding you and myself to take it one cup at a time, no matter how large that cup may be, filled with good things, just lots of things going on. And I won't see you next week, but I will see you the week after. So week after Easter, I'll see you then. Bye.